In this video, we'll talk about grouping horizon curve categories in StructureSolver. Sometimes you might have separate, distinctly named horizon curve categories that should behave as a unified horizon category for various operations within StructureSolver. For example, if you're working with Petrel data, the same horizon may need to have different names across parts of your section due to structural overlap and needing to keep singular time and depth values for each horizon part. In StructureSolver, you can easily group and ungroup horizon curve categories from the Interpret menu for appropriate treatment of complex structures while maintaining the ability to export them back to Petrel as their distinctly labeled parts, or in this case, horizon curve categories. Grouped horizon curve categories behave as a single horizon category for the purposes of color-filling stratigraphy, displaying horizon linkages and intersections, restoring sections or structural components, adding projected horizons, adding transverse restoration markers, and area depth strain analysis. Curve category grouping and ungrouping is quick and useful for testing various correlation alternatives as you build your interpretation. All right, let's go through a simplified example just drawn on a blank image of a thrust fault. And here we have an overturned limb. Had this been imported from Petrel, it would have been broken up, as currently showing, between the horizon 1 lower sheet and upper sheet, as well as a separate curve category for the overturned limb. In this case, horizon 2, the lower horizon, also has distinct curve categories for the bottom and the top of the fault. So from here, if we went straight to color filling the stratigraphy, it looks pretty messy because StructureSolver isn't able to just assume that these different curve categories should be linked to each other. So we have to tell it to do that. Let's turn off this color fill and group the horizons. So interpret and then group horizons near the bottom of the menu. Whichever one we click on first will become the primary horizon curve category within this new group. I also want to add the overturned section, and these two you'll see will both be highlighted because these two segments are part of the same curve category, so I only have to select one of those. All right, now I've got everything that I want to add to the first group. In my interpretation dashboard, you'll be able to see that each of these have been labeled with HG1, and the first one has an asterisk to denote that it's the primary curve category. Let's do the same for the bottom horizon. Group horizons, we'll click horizon 2 lower sheet and horizon 2 upper sheet. Now, StructureSolver has told me that there are no more ungrouped horizons, so it has forced the end of this horizon grouping action. Here you can see this has also been labeled. Now that we've linked these, we can check again how the color fill looks. Yay, it's completed this layer, filling it in as we were intending. From here, you're ready to perform various other functions within StructureSolver, such as restoration, which you would get to from the Restore and Transform menu, leading to perhaps something like this, depending on your method of restoration. Or you could get into the decompaction workflow. For decompaction, it's specifically important to group your horizons at the beginning of your process and not change your groupings during or after, as this might have unpredictable outcomes and disrupt your results. So make sure to do that early. And also, to make the decompaction workflow possible, horizons being grouped have to have identical ages, flags, and compaction curves. And if you change any of these for a horizon that is already grouped, the change will automatically apply to all horizons in that group to maintain consistent properties. A couple of other quick notes. If you change a grouped curve's type to fault or marker, it will be removed from the group which can only contain horizons. And finally, merging a grouped curve category with another non-grouped curve category will remove the merged curve from its original group. And if all horizon curve categories are removed from a group, the group is automatically deleted. For detailed workflow examples and extended overviews where this method and many other tools of StructureSolver are applied, please see our Learning Center.